today's video, we're going to be talking all about pre-shot routine, what it is, what it shouldn't be, and why do we need it. But before we get into that, check this out. If you want to get my video tutorial course that is designed for beginners or those who are just wanting refreshers on all the fundamentals of golf so that you can improve your game, check out the Golfer's Edge. Go to golftrajectory.com and scroll up in the 3-line menu and find My Golf System. You're going to find 10 videos on there that take you in depth into all of the basic fundamentals of getting better at this game. So go check that out. So now let's talk about what a pre-shot routine is. A pre-shot routine is supposed to be something that gets you physically and mentally ready to hit the shot. What it's not supposed to be is a perfect example of the swing you're about to make. I've seen many players try really hard to make their practice swing before they hit the ball perfect. That's not what a pre-shot routine is supposed to be. A pre-shot routine does not need to include a perfect swing, a perfect replica of a swing that you're going to use at the ball. All it just needs to be is a routine that gets your head and your body ready to make the swing of the ball that you want to make. That's what it is. So let me take you through what my typical pre-shot routine is, and I'll explain all the parts of it and why they exist. So in any particular shot, what I typically do is I step back behind the ball. I step in line with the ball and the target that I'm aiming at. I'm giving myself a visual reference of that from directly behind the ball, because sometimes as you stand to the side of the ball and just turning your head and looking, it doesn't give you the exact line. So if I step behind the ball and I give myself this exact line, now as I step up to it, I've got that visual reference. I've already established what that line is. Now I'm lining my feet up to that line as I step up to the ball. Now, once I've gone back here, I take one look from behind the ball, get my eyes aligned to the target. Now as I step up to the ball, I'm going to make one practice swing. That's it. And that swing doesn't have to be full speed. I'm going to make one practice swing in which now I'm telling my body what I want it to do. Not verbally, not out loud, but up here, I'm thinking consciously about one particular thing, my swing key. Now, if you have a lesson with me, or if you work with me at all, we're going to go over what your swing keys are. I go over that with all of my students because those are very important. A swing key is the thought you have about the 1 or 2 focus points you have to have in your swing to get everything to fall into place. So in other videos, I think I've gone over the fact that the golf swing takes less than 2 seconds to complete. In less than 2 seconds, your body cannot focus on more than 2 thoughts. That's why if you're trying to think of what you do with your hands, what you do with your feet, what you do with your shoulders and your hips, and all of those things during your swing that lasts less than 2 seconds, there's no way to have a good flow, to have control over all of it, and for it to actually work the way you want. A lot of those things have to be automatic. They have to be, that skill has to be attained through practice and repetitions. So then once you get to a point where a lot of those things have fallen into place, now if you get one key point on the takeaway and then one key point on the follow through, that's the maximum number of thoughts you can have in your swing, 2. It's better if you have just 1, but a 2 is the maximum number you can have. So during my one practice swing, I'm now focusing on those things. So my swing keys lately have been 1, I want to, when I get to the top of my swing, I want to drop my hand straight down. I want to feel this move as the first part of my downswing. Because my trend lately has that I've been hitting a typical draw. And sometimes it gets a little bigger of a draw than I want it to be. So to prevent that, I make sure that my hands drop straight down and I have not started to cast this club too early. Dropping straight down and letting that lag happen until the last part of my swing. That's my swing key. And during my one practice swing, I'm focusing really hard on that. I might just pump once like this during that swing just to tell my body this is what we're doing, because the mind-body connection is one of the toughest parts in golf, especially if you have too many thoughts going on in your head. So during the practice swing, during the pre-shot routine, that's when you're taking control and you're saying, body, this is what we're doing. Now I've rehearsed it. I've got my focus on what I need to do. Now it's time to step up to the ball and hit it. That's my pre-shot routine. Now I say one swing. It's okay to take two swings. Two swings are good, but remember, those swings don't have to be perfect. If you're walking up to the ball and you take a practice swing and you're expecting a divot that's supposed to be just like the divot you want to take at the ball, first of all, I consider divots during practice swings big no-nos. There's no reason to take a divot during a practice swing. Once again, it doesn't have to be a perfect replica of the swing you're going to make at the ball. This is to get you to remind your body of what you want it to do and to get your head in the right place. Never is a divot necessary during a pre-shot routine. If it happens by accident, okay, please replace it, do what you got to do, but you don't need to take a divot during a practice swing. The practice swing is there to tell your body, this is what we're doing. So then you step up to the ball and you hit the shot. So now the other purpose of a pre-shot routine is also to set your mind at ease. Like I said, the first part is you're getting your body ready and you're also getting your mind ready. Not only are you establishing your mind-body connection, you're making sure that you are in control of the move, of what you're going to do, and you've got that focus, but also you want to set your mind at ease over the shot. You want to be relaxed. And one thing that helps that is a countdown. So I'm not necessarily saying a verbal countdown or a mental even countdown, but making sure that that routine that you do before every shot is the same every time. That actually increases your comfort level once you get over the ball. Now, going back to my example of my pre-shot routine, I keep all of the steps of my pre-shot routine consistent on every shot. Now, what that does is that creates a mental countdown so that when I get through all of the steps, I know it's time to go. I'm ready to hit the shot. I've done everything to get my body ready. Now I've done everything to get my head ready. It's time to hit the shot. There's no, should I go now? Should I go now? Am I ready yet? Have I done everything I should be? Am I surely ready? You don't have that uncertainty. You've done all the steps. You've done everything you need to do to get yourself ready to hit the shot. It's go time. So if I were to let you in on what it sounds like in my head, as I go through my routine, this is what it would be. I step back behind the ball. I lined it up with my target. Now I'm watching my target as I walk up. That means my body is now going to be lined up. So I can take a stance, get ready for my pre-shot swing, where I'm focusing on my swing keys, make the swing, and then once I make that swing, I'm imagining a ball taking off from that club in a practice swing just the way I want it to. Now, I put the club behind the ball, step up with my right foot first, then bring my left foot up, pick the club up and waggle once, look at the target, pick the club up, waggle twice, and now it's go time. And so with that consistency of all of the steps that I go through before every shot, that creates that comfort level that there's no chance I don't think I'm ready. I know I'm ready because all of those steps have been consistent. So as you go out and you develop your practice routine and your pre-shot routine, whatever it turns out to be, make sure it's consistent and make sure that you've narrowed your focus of your thoughts so that they're as simple as they can be, focusing on one, maximum two thoughts during your swing, and that's going to help you make better shots and bring your scores down. Thanks for watching.